Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Taylor Campbell here. I'm back with a new video for you guys, and today we're going to try something a little bit new and a little bit different. So, um, today the big story trailer for Toy Story 4 has released, and I wanted to try and do a reaction video. I've never done a reaction video before, but if anything's worthy of it, it's this trailer. So, there's a lot to unpack here. I've already watched it a bit, but we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to stop it occasionally and point out some things that I'm noticing. And yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Let's hop in. And we play now.
Everyone, Bonnie made a friend in class.
Oh, she's already making friends.
No, she literally made a new friend. I want you to meet Forky.
Hi.
He's a spook. Yes, yeah, I know.
Alright, so now we've taken a look at Forky for probably the first time. From my perspective, what I think is happening here is that the movie is going to take place over something of a summer vacation, and Bonnie's side of the problem is going to be that she isn't really making friends at school, and her parents want to make sure that she is in the next school year. So what would that be? Maybe first grade, I guess. Anyway, so when Forky gets lost, that's going to be like the avenue for the parents to walk in and say, hey, look, you've got to stop making imaginary friends. You've got to stop like bringing toys to this class. You need to interact with more people. I think that's probably what the argument is going to be from Bonnie's end. The main story, I think, is going to be different, but let's continue on right now.
Forky is the most important toy to Bonnie right now. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him. Woody, we have a situation.
I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Buzz, we gotta get Forky.
Why am I...
Yeah, alright. So, first off, have you tried eating, like, soup with a spork? It doesn't quite work. It works well with chili, but whatever. So, anyway, things I'm noticing here, Woody has gotten a lot more chill about other toys kind of having the spotlight for a while. He's fine with that. I think part of it also, though, is that Bonnie isn't Andy. And I think that's something that might be brought up later, especially since we have a flashback scene here where we do see Andy. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting. But let's continue this.
Alive, you're Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Huh? What?
Oh, Bo, Forky, come on. Bo?
Oh,
Hi
man.
there, my name is Gabby Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can, boys.
Bo, what are you doing here?
No time to explain.
Alright, so let's talk about some of these scary antique toys. Scary antique toys are scary. And this is an aspect of the Toy Story universe I'm glad that they're kind of investigating a little bit. We've investigated what happens when toys are collectibles, what happens when they're lost, what about kids that like to take apart their toys, that kind of thing. And so this just kind of serves to expand the Toy Story universe a little bit more. What happens when we meet scary antique toys that are scary? So, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I can dig it. I don't know why Bo is here. It seems that she has quite the social life outside of this antique store, so I don't know what she's doing in the antique store. But we'll continue on.
Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Bonnie needs Forky.
Woody, who needs a kid's room when you can have all of this?
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
Alright, right there I think is the big argument of this movie. Should Woody stay with Bo and experience this huge, big world that Bo has been experiencing, or does he need to go back to Bonnie and be Bonnie's toy? That is the crux of the movie, I think. And it's a good idea. We saw a little bit of it in Toy Story 3, but usually we don't see the toys' interaction and relationship with each other. It's always the toys are wanting to get back with Andy or insert whatever kid. Even in Toy Story of Terror, that was the argument with even some of the side characters. So this is kind of cool. I'm digging it.
We have to find them.
What do we do, Buzz?
What would he do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Let's go.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Nice to see Ham is still with us, and he's still the same kind of character that he has been. But I think also, though, I've noticed that none of the classic toys really seem to have that big of a role. Not even Jessie, which is kind of confusing to me, because I thought for sure Jessie was going to be like the big mainstay. Now she was just one of the big three. She's just always going to be there. But it looks like that might not be the case. So that's something that has me a little bit confused, but I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we're not seeing the full picture at all in this about everyone's interactions with each other and their roles in the main conflict. But I will point out that they're still all on the RV and Woody and Buzz are not. Not a whole lot happens in an RV. Alright, this scene here. We have this big rave party thing that's happening. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, a fun scene. Kind of reminds me of the Bug Bar and Bug's Life. But anyway, we have a couple of Easter eggs here. Looks like we have the eagle from Small Fry. I saw Tinny earlier, which is pretty cool. Tinny being the main protagonist in the short film Tin Toy. And so, yeah, Pixar has its style, and it looks like it's sticking through.
This lost toy life better than I could.
Open your eyes, Woody. There's plenty of kids out there. Sometimes change can be good.
You can't teach this old toy new tricks.
You'd be surprised.
Right, so I think what's happening here is, I think this is going to be like maybe in the third act, this particular discussion, where Bonnie is going to have left the carnival and Woody and Bo have just opted to find another kid to go home with. And I think what's going to happen is either Buzz or Forky is going to show up with information on where Bonnie is so that they can get back. But I'm just speculating. So far my speculation is that it's about Woody finding Bo. That's going to happen early on. Bo is going to suggest that Woody doesn't need to go back to Bonnie's. Bonnie is going to show up at the carnival. Bonnie's going to get lost at... Bonnie's going to leave the carnival and leave Woody behind. And then Woody is going to find his way back to Bonnie's. That's how I see things.
Bonnie? We're going home, Forky.
On my way, Woody.
Dude! Andy came back! Okay, this is kind of a big deal. It looks like he has what I'm going to call the Tony Ridinger effect, where he looks quite a bit different, but it's like a good different. It looks like... Wow. It is crazy to think that this much change would happen to Andy in the span of... Like, how long has it been? Almost... Oh, gee. It's almost been 10 years since Toy Story 3 was released. Wow. That doesn't make you feel old. I don't know what. Wow. 10 years. Wow. Okay. So, wow. I might be having an existential crisis.
Don't let Woody leave. Kids lose their toys every day.
I was made to help a child.
Alright, so yeah, I paused it real fast right there because I wanted to point out that thankfully it looks like the scary antique toys might stick around for quite a bit longer in this movie than we had anticipated. Ooh, maybe that's out of order? Maybe Bo was brought to the antique shop after the carnival scenes? What is this movie?
I don't remember it being this hard.
Woody, somebody's whispering in your ear. Everything's gonna be okay.
Alright, so there you go. That is the trailer. So, lots to unpack here. It's a lot of story, it's a lot of movie. It looks like it's going to have a lot of heart to it. That's the thing I'm really excited about. This doesn't so far look like a sequel for sequel's sake. It looks like it's a real, honest to goodness, good movie, and I'm very excited about that. Things else I've noticed, just, yeah, I've kind of shared my thoughts with you this whole time. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now, I want to make a quick announcement here. I'm going to have a big video explaining it already, but there's, during the month of May, I'm going to kind of devote the whole month to Toy Story. I'm calling it Toy Story Month. It's going to be great. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. If you like my thoughts, make sure you give me a like. It makes me feel good. And, I mean, it helps my channel out a lot. And I want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead and put in the comments what your theories are about Toy Story 4 and what might happen. And all is well. And so, as always, thank you for joining me. Have a great day. And remember to always be your best self.